Morning everybody, it's Wing Rider. Finally getting the Goldwing out. We've had so much rain. Unbelievable. I just did a video recently where I built a cooler rack for the back of the Goldwing. Saved a bunch of money and built it better than anything I could have bought. But you can't buy anything worth a damn anymore. Better to build it or make it or something. Anyway, this morning, Saturday morning, first day I don't see any rain in the forecast. It's foggy as hell. I'm going to Lake Park, Georgia to the farmhouse restaurant to meet up with some other motorcycle enthusiasts. I'm probably one of the youngest ones in the group. To have breakfast. I got a lot of work to do. I got mowing to do. I got trash piles to burn. It's been raining, so I haven't been able to do a whole lot. Except watch it rain, watch the grass grow. Anyway, taking the bike out to go out to breakfast. I missed the past two bike nights. Every second Saturday they're in Monticello, Florida, it's bike night, and it's been raining, so we've gotten a lot of rain. Excellent for the farmers around here. Anyway, a couple of shout outs to Alaskan Dual Sport. That's a great channel. Let's Dig 18. Chris Caliente. Oh, there's a bunch of Memphis Mike. I can go on all day. Anyway, but just wanted to do a little video this morning on the Goldwing since it's been a while. I want to take another trip this summer on the Goldwing. Girlfriend wants to go too, so when she gets time, I just went on one. It was a day trip to Andersonville, Georgia, a couple hundred miles. I never saw that Civil War site in Andersonville, so I went up there on a day trip on the Goldwing. It was a beautiful ride up there when you get up in that part of the country. Check traffic both ways twice. Okay. But I miss riding, man, with all the rain. I got the KLR out a couple of times in between rains, doing my little grocery shopping thing, but I haven't gotten the Goldwing out because on all the trips I take across country, I can go clean across country. I can go 1,200 miles, whatever, and back. I have relatives across the country. The worst 3/10 of a mile of that trip is the dirt road going from my house to the damn highway. KLR loves that shit. This thing wants to be a tractor and plow with that front wheel in the sand. Of course, if I weighed 1,000 pounds and had a little narrow wheel on the front, I'd probably plow too. Anyway, foggy as hell, man. Look at this. I need to get my fog knife out and start cutting. There's the sun over there if you can see it. A little safety tip. I'm a retired Florida Highway Patrol officer. Why do people drive faster than they can see? Meaning, when visibility's down like it is today, why drive so fast when you can't react to something you can't see? Does it make sense to you? I used to sit, when I was in Sarasota County, we'd have fog like this, we'd have heavy rain. I would sit in parking lot with the window down and just listen. Bang! Okay, there's a crash. I'd go over there before they could call it into the dispatcher. I'd tell the dispatcher, I'm 1097, I'm here. You know, so I recognize that truck back there. It's at the wrong house. Oh, he's paying a little visit. Stayed for breakfast. I wonder if his wife knows. Anyway, I'm not bullshitting you. I recognize that truck back here, and it ain't hit the right house, man. Anyway, to each his own. But really, I've been on the interstate in a marked state patrol car here in Florida, raining like hell, going about 40 miles an hour as fast as I dare to go. The speed limit 70. People flying by me, and you know damn well they can't see that, you know, so they're taking a chance that there's nothing up there. Well, what if somebody else has a crash in front of them? Bang, they run right into it because they can't see. Does it make sense? Common sense is what it's called, and there's a lot of people that don't have it. When I was a trooper, our job was to protect the public from themselves, is what we were doing, from pure ignorance, stupidity, road rage, just intolerance. Doesn't make sense, does it? Anyway, enough of that. Retirement is great. A deer. Oh, see it? A deer. Damn, I better slow down. Well, there's one, there's usually more. And they love to run out in the road in front of you and stop. It's like they're bored to play chicken. Of course, they always lose, but I hit a deer with a truck one time, killed by Chevrolet. Anyway, I took it to a deer processor and it tasted good. Luckily, I had a big grill guard on the front of the truck, so it didn't really do any damage to the truck. That venison sausage was good. You go to a deer processor, what you can do is you can tell him, of course it's already tenderized on one side, but you can tell him you want deer steaks, deer sausage, you want certain spices in it and all that, and they'll do it for you. And they'll even come down on the price if you give them part of it. Some deer processors. But deer sausage is good, man. It's lean. They have to add fat to it because there's none in it. But anyway, it's good, man. The bounties God gave us. And there's a crow flying. Almost hit that pole because he couldn't see either. I'm not in a hurry though. Here's the thing. When I used to go to work in the mornings, when I worked day shift, you see people, like every now and then you see a car, well, a lot, in the front of you weaving back and forth. Okay, you ease up there, what's going on? And there's a lady there, and she keeps looking in the mirror, looking down, looking in the mirror, looking down. She's putting on her freaking makeup. Do it at home. She's late for work. Leave earlier. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. There's some dude up there weaving back and forth, weaving back and forth. He's reading a freaking newspaper, drinking his coffee, eating a Danish. When you're driving, drive. Things happen in a hurry in front of you. Do you realize it takes 3/4 of a second by the time you're out, it takes a threat for your foot to hit the brake and the car to actually start braking. At 45 miles an hour, you travel 90 feet. That's the distance between first base and second. And if you're 2 car lengths behind the car in front of you, you just hit the guy or the girl or whoever. And you're probably blaming it on them. They stopped in front of you. Well, let me tell you a little secret here. You have to maintain a safe distance so you can stop in case if something happens in front of you. For example, there's a crash in front of you. Boom, you're coming along. Boom, you hit it. You're blaming them because it was a crash in front of you. You start with a second car back, and everybody behind them gets a ticket. If it's a domino effect kind of thing. I'll give you a good one, Mo. We had a judge, a court judge, great judge. Her name was Judy Goldwing. She was a fantastic judge, great person, but she didn't really know a lot about radar. And she would throw out a lot of radar tickets because she heard negative things about radar. Well, the troop commander suggested that she ride with the trooper and observe him using radar. And guess who got picked? So we're out there on it was like a Saturday morning on the interstate working radar. And I'm explaining all the radar. I'm going through the thing. I'm entering in my log. You know, I'm using the tuning forks to test the radar. Entering it in my log. It's working properly. Here's the certification. It was certified 3 months ago. You know, all this kind of stuff. We're doing moving radar. We're doing stationary radar. I'm pace clocking. I'm showing her the whole ball of wax. Well, about 3 weeks later, there's this guy comes to court with his attorney. Judge Judy Goldman, she's on the bench, and I'm up there, you know, and I'm looking over. Here's the guy with his attorney, and his attorney's got the big smile on his face like, you know, oh, we're going to beat you today. What they didn't know was that was one of the traffic stops we made that day for speed. And Judge Judy Goldman was with me. What this attorney said was, his thing was, when the judge asked him to present his case, Your Honor, he thought he was going to nail me and embarrass me. This trooper had a female with him in plain clothes that day, riding in his car. Now, as far as I know, that's against policy. And I know he was distracted by this female and all this kind of stuff, and he went on. The judge, she recognized the case from the date on the citation. Anyway, I recognized it too. I'm thinking, yeah, go on, dig that hole a little bit deeper there, pal, because the hammer's about to come down on you. And he says, I want to know who that female was. I want the trooper to... He was trying to nail the coffin door shut. He's like, yeah, I want to know who she was and all that. And he said, and the judge says, Trooper, do you want to tell him who it was? I pointed up at her and I said it was Judge Goldman. She was riding along observing radar operation that day. His jaw dropped. Yeah, I confer with my client, Your Honor. I thought he was going to say he wanted her to recuse herself, what do they call it, from the case. Of course, traffic court's a little different. Anyway, he conferred with his client. He said, Your Honor, my client would like to plead no contest at this time and throw his mercy onto the court. Turns out he had a bad driving record. She suspended his license, big fine. Him and the attorney went out the door with their tails tucked between their legs. Anyway, that's just a story. Damn, look at all the water. Anyway, that's a good story. 7:23 a.m. Temperature 75 degrees. It's going to be really humid today. Like it isn't already. When you can see it, fog, humidity. Anyway. X equals MC squared and all that kind of stuff. Or does it? How do they get that? You ever come across somebody that was so smart they could put 2 and 2 together and come up with 5? That was Albert Einstein. Anyway. Okay. I'm going to kill this one because it's getting boring. I just wanted to do a video and just... Moto vlogs are hard unless you're having a purpose. Like you're on a trip and you have a destination and you want to talk about the destination and the trip and everything. But if you're just on a breakfast run like I am, you just talk. And you're moto vlogging. Anyway, oh, check out Jeremy Rides' channel too. Rides is R-Y-D-E-S. Jeremy Rides up in Vermont. Him and Travis and Mike, they're 3 of the coolest guys ever born. They're KLR riders, Kawasaki KLR 650s. Right now, Jeremy and Mike are on their KLRs on the Trans-America Trail crossing America. How cool is that? And they just got back from a trip from New Zealand with the girl Kelly. Man, I wish I had the... Well, I'm retired. I do have the time. But man, getting somebody to go with you, taking trips like that by yourself, it's a lot more fun if you have somebody with you. I'm just cruising right now. Damn, what a color. Jesus. Anyway, fog, 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 fog. When I get home later, I'm gonna have to, when it dries up, I got a lot of grass to mow today, so I'm gonna do that. In the meantime, I'm gonna kill this one, but Wing Rider, we'll talk to you later. Check out the video behind this one, the last one that I did on making the cooler rack for my Goldwing. I did it in my little shop. I got the materials, did a little research, and built one. And I did it for half the price that you could buy an aluminum one for. That was half the size. Wouldn't even fit my cooler. But I was checking them out, the dimensions on eBay. So I built one out of steel, and I made it the size I wanted it to be. So now when I'm on a trip somewhere, day trip, a couple days, take the girlfriend, whatever, if I don't want to pull the trailer, dang, there's 5 of them there. If I don't want to pull the trailer, but yet I want to take the cooler with me, which is great because you got your ice, your water, your Gatorade, whatever, sandwiches. You can stop by a little roadside park or whatever. I can take it now without my trailer. So anyway, Wing Rider, later dudes.